Hi, in this video we will explore Centrify User Suite. User Suite provides organizations with the fastest way to conquer the problems around cloud or SaaS applications, on-premise applications, as well as mobile device application and container management. It does all this providing a robust policy engine plus the ability to have what is called hybrid identity and tie everything if needed with Active Directory, which is something that is very prevalent in organizations today. We will explore in this video the access capabilities from a user perspective. So User Suite allows users to get the ability to access their SaaS or on-premise applications through what is called the user portal. I'm launching the user portal here from a domain joined machine. So even access to the portal is through SSO if you're accessing from on-premise. If you're doing this from outside of premises, you're going to be challenged. And this is all tied to the Active Directory account of the user without having to replicate any personal identifiable data outside the user's premises. So organizations keep control of the access by doing this. Users pretty much get access to their apps in a very simple way. They get access to Google, for example, Google Apps or Salesforce. And this is done, in this case, with a rich client without having to re-authenticate again. This is by leveraging, in this case, SAML, WSFed, or over all the authentication patterns of over 2,500 applications as of this date. Notice that you can also get access to on-premise applications. I happen to be hosting this application on-premise as well. And this portal gives you access to the applications based on the role that is typically tied to an Active Directory security group. The meaning to organizations is that with minimal investment in infrastructure, they can get and conquer this problem right away. No access to applications is not limited to the portal. It can be application initiated, like for example here I have a different browser with Office 365. If I press tab in here, I will be redirected to the Centrify portal to basically, in this particular case, maybe re-authenticate or get SSO in this case, because you can initiate from there, and because Centrify becomes the IDP and leverages your AD, it doesn't matter if it's a portal access or a shortcut all through the application. Another great capability is that for Centrify, mobile access is transparent, so it's the only solution with mobile out of the box. What that means to you is that the same experience that you have when using an Android or an iOS device, it's going to be the same experience across the board. In this case, I have basically an iOS phone, and I can basically display the applications the same way here. And another cool capability is the ability to do per app VPN. So if you're accessing an application that is on premise, you can launch that application through the Centrify portal and it will launch the proper VPN connection for you. But the experience is pretty much the same. So what that means to end users is that they don't have to fat finger in passwords. And because everything is tied to the Active Directory account of the user, ultimately when you disable the account in Active Directory, they will lose access to their application. So notice here, user is accessing Google Apps, and the experience on the mobile device is pretty much the same. This is basically a web application, but what about mobile applications? One of the best features of Centrify is that they do everything with SDK. So today we have applications like Concur, like Box and Dropbox that are able to use Centrify to be able to provide SSO through their mobile apps as well. Another great capability that the Centrify User Suite has out of the box is multi-factor authentication. So you can define applications, a very robust policy engine, one of which you can say, well, I need step-up authentication for an application, or maybe if an application is being accessed from a remote network is not available to the user to access unless it's from on-premise. So in here I have this Apache SSO application. I've set it up to two-step authentication, and it's very cool. I can just, in this case, the user is going to have to retype their password. And again, it's two-factor, something you know and something you have. because this user has registered their mobile device, they have three options pretty much in the way I've set it up. They have the ability to use the mobile authenticator, get an email to their email account with the code, get an SMS with the code, or if they are visually impaired, they can provide, they can get a phone call with the code as well that is going to be spelled out to them. You also have the ability to set up basically a challenge question, which I haven't set up in my demo environment here. But let's take a look at the mobile authenticator. So I put in the password, and in here I have the ability to go to the Centrify app, go to the authentication tab, and just click on authenticate me. What that's going to do is going to submit the code automatically for me, and even if I didn't have a connection, pretty much I would basically see the code in here. So again, this is a quick demo of all the ways you can access an application through the Centrify user suite, which can be through the portal, application initiated. This can be also applications that are hosted internally. And by the way, another capability that I did not discuss is the ability to use user password application. So independently of the authentication pattern of an app, I'll actually set up the Centrify community here. If I click on it, I'm going to get basically what it's the equivalent to SSO. And the reason that you'll see it is because you'll see that, hey, it has my name right here. But all I needed to do with Centrify is if I don't have an application that is SAMLized or uses WSFed, I could just basically password vault this. And there's over 2,000 templates today with application patterns, and I can use something really cool that is also I'm going to show you, which is a Centrify app that helps you do that. But again, access through the portal, access that is initiated through the app, on-premise apps, user password apps, mobile applications of web, mobile applications that are mobile, and multi-factor authentication, and a lot of policies. And in the subsequent video, we're going to explore the self-service capabilities of the Centrify user suite.